Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Vitality Blast T20 Tier 2 final game of the group stages, where Glamorgan are hosting Worcestershire Rapids here at Sapphire Gardens today. It is a double header with the men playing straight after this game at 3:30 today, so we are with you on the live stream. If you are following Glamorgan's form, you'll know that they are already through to the finals day here next week again, which Glamorgan are hosting here at Sapphire Gardens next weekend. But they're obviously looking to finish undefeated in this must-win game for Worcestershire Rapids today. They need to do that first and then rely on other teams in the league to potentially get them into that playoff day next weekend. I'm joined today by Charlotte Scarborough, former Wales and Glamorgan cricketer who's only recently retired. Good morning, Charlotte. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good, thank you. I'm excited for what's going to be hopefully a great day of cricket.
Yeah, it's a glorious day here at Sapphire Gardens. So if you are in the area, please do come on down. Like I say, it's a double header. So the squad in front of us here today, as expected, led by the captain Lauren Parfitt. Glamorgan won the toss and they have elected to bowl first. So they are putting Worcestershire Rapids in as the umpires make their way out. So that is our playing 11 for today, and again off the back of a really great win on Friday where they beat Middlesex, who are currently sitting in second, but they have played all their games. The umpires are coming out, who are Sharon Grigg and Amy Coyle, our umpires today, and today's scorers are Brian Jones and Judith Tucker, with our match manager Andrew Hignall. So T20 Blast, final group game here today. Our flag bearers are waiting for Glamorgan to take the field as they come down the steps here at Sapphire Gardens. Like I say, if you are in the area and you want to see two games of fantastic cricket, then do come on down. The sun is shining, slight breeze, but a lot cooler here today as Lauren makes her way out, followed by her squad for today. So what can we expect from Glamorgan, Charlotte?
I think they're going to be carrying a lot of confidence from Friday's game. I'm surprised that to see them bowling first. Thought they might want to continue from Friday, but with next week ahead of them, they know they're guaranteed in finals, so it's good to practice all aspects. Might be thrown to bowling first next week, so it's good to have that practice ahead of it. Yeah. Worcester will be really wanting to find a win here, that's for sure. I think there's a lot more on this for them than there is for Glamorgan, so yeah, I'm excited to see what we've got ahead of us today.
Yeah, and there have been a few changes for Glamorgan, you're right, in terms of they are through, so it's an opportunity to either rest some players for next weekend or try out some other people in the squad to give them some gameplay just in terms of that next weekend fixture of 4 teams going through. So there's games that are played then through to the final, which again is hosted here. So Glamorgan winning the toss and electing to field first, and we're going to be starting with spin. So Porter from the River Taff end.
Yeah, I think spin has been a real strength for Glamorgan this year, so not surprised to see reliable Gemma Porter starting out for Glamorgan today.
Yeah, coming from around the wicket. Just seeing who's on strike for Worcestershire. So first ball of the over, just worked off the leg to deep backward square. No run taken. Oh, and it's back to Ernest straight away. That's a great dive and take. Oh,
I think she's put it down.
She's put it down. Gosh, we thought we were in straight away there.
She'll be disappointed with that one.
She will, and that was Sanya Karana, who's come back from Netherlands World Cup duty. So honest from Porter there. She did put it down, but well, they're taking a few risks early on here, but Glamorgan quick onto it. So a bit nervy out there at the moment, trying to get one run on the board, but they probably just need to settle down a bit with Worcestershire Rapids, just try and play each ball on merit. As Porter comes in again, right on the money. He's worked off the leg side, and they've taken a quick single. As to the possibility of a chance of a run out. So a bit of a shaky start here today, I think, from Worcester, as Griffiths now left-hander on strike.
Yeah, it was a good start from Gemma Porter, despite the drop catch, just bowling it in that area that's tucking the batter up into that leg side.
Yeah, she's always on the money.
Just switching the field around now.
One thing I have already noticed is not only how fantastic the Worcestershire Rapid shirts are, because I think it's a really cool design, but the numbers on the back are very hard to see. So apologies in advance if we are looking at our notes before we tell you who may be fielding the ball later when Worcestershire take to the field. There's another dot ball from Porter, so a great opening over so far. One ball left to come. That's worked off the legs into the covers area, but fielded from the deep. And that brings the end of the first over. 2 from it. So a good start.
Yeah, you can always rely on Gemma Porter to start well. She really builds that pressure from the off with her dot balls.
Again, starting with spin is a lot of what the majority of teams do now in T20, just taking all that pace off the ball. And you get through the overs significantly quicker as well. But from the pavilion end, we have Lambert coming into bowl. So Charlotte Lambert. Bit of pace. So again, good to see her playing here today. I don't think she played the last game. And left-hander on strike, so Griffiths on strike. It's drilled through the covers. That's a beautiful drive. That probably will race all the way for 4, and it does. So too much width shown there, and absolutely Griffiths capitalised on that. A beautiful shot. A drive all along the ground. So in terms of our sweepers out, we have deep backward square and third.
Yeah, she's just put her arms through that, really too much width, and the ball's raced away.
Lambert comes in again. Much tighter line, drilled down the ground. They look for a single, but no run taken.
There was lots of energy in the field from Glamorgan on Friday, so need to make sure they maintain that today.
Yeah, they'll be looking to finish strong here and take all that momentum from this season into next weekend's finals day. As Lambert comes in again. Again, bit of width, but cut through. Certainly didn't go where Griffiths wanted it to go, but they've picked up a single.
Just that right left-hander can get annoying, can't it?
Yeah. As I say, Lauren Parfitt's going to have a work cut out here if they keep rotating the strike. It is switching players and sweepers out as the Karana comes on to strike as the right-hander, and then Griffiths is the left-hander. So will be a lot of switching in the field. So Glamorgan need to be on with that.
But that's exactly what Worcester want. Keep Glamorgan on their toes, keep rotating the strike.
Lambert comes in. Much better line to the right-hander. And no surprises who's in close there. Beth Gammon. No single will be taken to her much today. Absolutely outstanding fielder for Glamorgan and all-rounder. Slightly wide, but off the pads, but a quick single taken, so that will be signalled as a leg by.
Griffiths was backing up quite a bit there.
She was.
Really looking for that single.
Yeah. Again, to bring that change again to the left-hander, so sweepers dropping out deep backward square. And third. That's last ball of the over. Lambert comes in. Swing and a miss. And that brings the end of the second over. So Worcestershire Rapids 8 without loss after 2 overs in the power play. So what were they looking to get in their first 6 overs, Charlotte, for Worcestershire Rapids here today?
I think they'll be looking for a big total. On Friday, Glamorgan's end of power play, they were 66 for naught. So if anything, they're going off that, they're going to need a big total in this power play. With only 2 fielders out, it's just a good time to really try and make the most of that. You can see they're trying to rotate the strike. They're really looking for those singles, but it's the boundary options that they'll want to try and get early on.
Yeah, we've had a change of bowling already at the River Tough end. So Katie Cobb comes in. Again, keeping with spin. Left arm. Very tall bowler, just drops it on the money, and that's through the covers. And again, it's a very quick outfield here today. Didn't really put much into that, but that's raced away for 4 runs off the first ball. So that's a great start for Karana.
Yeah, it's a lovely shot.
Certainly helps settle the nerves. So just, yeah, a bit too wide and just the perfect height to really just punch that through the cover area. It's an interesting quick change of bowler. Not sure what's brought that on, but that's much better line and length from Katie Cobb.
Yeah, Glamorgan like to give Gemma just one at the start and save her for those crucial points throughout the game.
Yeah. It's drifting down the leg, so it's chipped up over but didn't carry. And they took a single. It's a bit of a mixed start really from Worcestershire. They've played some absolutely brilliant drives all along the ground, and then 2 or 3 slightly upper shots that have one drop catch unfortunately in the first over. That one's slightly uppish but was safe. Again, brings about the change of field as left arm to left hand. Still very tight in the inner ring from Glamorgan. Trying to cut down those singles, and that's just tried to pull that one away, but straight to the captain, Lauren Parfitt. So Megan Sturge behind the stumps today. Let's drift that swung right out. Yeah, will be given as a wide, and they've taken a single as well. Just pushed that one too far, unfortunately, Katie Cobb, so we'll need to bowl another one in this over.
Yeah, sometimes with the switch of the left hand, right hand, it's hard for the bowler to get their lines right, adjust.
Again, just driven down to deep mid. Single taken. So one more left for Katie Cobb to bowl in this over. 8 from it so far, so she'll be looking for certainly for a dot ball here to just finish this over off. Again, it's pulled off the stump, but no run taken. Brings the end of the over. 16 for out loss after 3 overs.
We still look like they're trying to go quite deep in their crease to Cobby, and just not quite pulled off there.
Warm day, using the 6s and 4s as a fan, but also fans probably a must for here today. Starting early this lot, that's what we like to see. Like I say, if you are in the area, please do come on down for a fantastic day of cricket, even if you're just popping in. So Lambert continuing from the pavilion end to Karana. Drifted a slightly wide again, just tried to work it off the leg side. There's a bit of a chance there from Beth Gammon, just warming her arm up more than anything to maybe take the opportunity later in the game for any quick singles that may be taken to her.
Yeah, Griffiths is really trying to back up there, isn't she? She's got to be careful. There's not a run. Gammon is in there.
Definitely. Oh, she tries to bring paddle into the game there, but misses out on that, Karana. But obviously looking to find the gaps in the field, because in front of the bat is very much padded out by Glamorgan. Not many gaps there, so she's obviously looking to work that through the sort of slip and gully area. As Lambert comes in, she's trying to do it again. To no avail, but they have taken a quick single. Sturge quickly on it. But yeah, I'm not sure she knew where that was going, but you can see the intent, what she's trying to do, just try and...
Yeah,
I mean...
Trying to get it down the leg side,
Yeah.
whereas it's more on the offside, so probably needs to just try and adapt there. But I like to see them trying something new.
Definitely. I think Lambert saw she was coming, so ball tracked her a bit. So brings Griffiths on to strike. It's down the leg, but no run. Off the pad. 2 left to come in this over.
It's a long run up for Lambert, isn't it?
It is. She comes in. That's dug in a bit more. That was got a good bit of lift there. As you can see, it's a fantastic pitching wicket here today at Sapphire Gardens. Ground staff doing a fantastic job as always. But yeah, she put her back into that one a bit more.
Yeah, that's well bowled. Really well bowled.
Last ball of the over. Oh, it's slightly uppish, but doesn't carry to the captain Parfitt. So it ends a fantastic over from Lambert, only 1 from it. So Worcestershire Rapids 17 for without loss off 4 overs. Still within the power play. So Griffiths 6 off 11 and Karana 8 off 13. So there's the Worcestershire Rapids side waiting in anticipation.
Yeah, I think it's been a good start for Glamorgan, really. Lots of dots in these 4 overs. They'll be annoyed with themselves with that drop catch, trying to get an early wicket in the power play, but it's still been a good start for them, I would say.
Yeah, definitely looking to just try and limit this power play whilst they can only have 2 players out. As Katie Cobb continues to bowl, and that's uppish. It's over the head of Parfitt though, and that will race away for 4. So beautiful lofted drive over mid-off from Karana, who's, like I say, been in the World Cups. Obviously, it would be remiss for me not to mention that England women take on Australia at Lord's later this afternoon in the T20 World Cup final. And Karana is a Netherlands international player, so she's back from World Cup duties and here today. As Katie Cobb digs that one in a bit shorter. It's cut away, but no run.
Yeah, Karana had a great game against South Africa. She batted really well then. Be good to see some of that today.
As Katie Cobb comes in, dug a bit shorter and that's pulled away, but there is someone deep mid-wicket, so not sure who that is out there fielding.
Daisy Mullen, I believe.
Daisy Mullen. Oh, it's a big shout. She tried to pull that way, but I think it was certainly outside the line, but potentially drifting down leg side anyway, hence why she played that shot.
Griffiths looks a
Certainly
little bit
question.
like she's getting frustrated.
Oh, hang on. Interesting.
Close.
Yeah, certainly close, but again, drilled down the ground. Oh, brilliant stop though. Fantastic stop there in the mids. I think as Katie Cobb comes in, that's she's gone for it. Is it going to carry? No, we just dropped that fielder back. A single taken. So good over from the previous there, 7 from it. So it takes Worcestershire Rapids 24 without loss after 5 overs.
Yeah, although Worcester haven't lost a wicket, I think they'll be wishing they were on a little bit more runs than this, just based off Glamorgan's performance on Friday with
Yeah.
the bat.
So Gemma Porter, change of ends. So she's coming from the pavilion end. So continuing around the wicket. Oh, it's Boulder. I was just thinking it was going to be an LBW shot. They've got the wicket of Karana, much needed. She tried to pull that away and it just went through. And if you see the replay, I think it just nicked the bail off. But I thought there was an LBW shout. But soon realising that the bails had been dislodged, as we just watched the replay here. So, yeah, takes that off stump. And that's probably a poor shot there from Karana, but just played on, I think. So, she didn't realise. And then when she did, euphoric in the first wicket of the day for Glamorgan. And like I say, Karana departs for 14 off her 18, so she'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, and that's when Gemma Porter is crucial, coming on for the last over of the power play, needing that much needed wicket, and she does the job perfectly.
I think it's Lucy Harris. No, Windiot. So it is Madison Windiot, who scored 46 against Sussex Sharks in their game last week where they won by 6 wickets. So, again, a very good attacking batter. So faces spin first off as Porter comes in for a second ball of the over. Oh, slightly uppish, almost a repeat of the first over. So, it's quite slow from Porter, and that's catching out a few of the batters, I think, here today.
Yeah, a few have been chipped up, so I think there's some opportunities there.
She comes in again. That's played into the gap, but again, just slightly uppish, just in front of square.
Still got that left-hander, right-hander combination in.
Yeah.
Really packing that offside. 2 fielders out on the leg.
It's a shout for LBW.
Keepers chasing the ball.
2 taken. So again, just outside the line, but it's certainly looking more in Glamorgan's favour at the moment. Again, just drifting down leg, just worked off. There is a gap there. They'll look for 2. Quick onto it though.
That's great fielding from Daisy Mullen.
Yeah, Daisy Mullen quick onto that one. A whipping throw in as well. Straight to Megan Sturge. So only the single taken. So last ball here from Porter. Already a wicket off the first ball. Last ball of the power play. And that's, again, had her tied up slightly there. Good bit of movement. That brings the end of the over. So Worcestershire Rapids 28 for 1 off the 6 overs and the end of the power play. So certainly I think Glamorgan will be the happier of the sides in terms of that part of the game, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. With 1 wicket up and only 28 on the board, I think they'll be really pleased with themselves. Worked hard in the field to prevent those 2s and those boundaries. Poppy Walker is a new addition to the team today on Friday.
What do we know about Poppy?
Another spinner.
Yeah.
Really turns the ball. I think this is going to be a good pitch for Poppy today.
So able to put more players out of the inner ring. So Lauren has 2 sweepers out on the leg side for the left-hander and 1 on the offside. And it's tried to pull it off, but again, I think we know who that ball went to. Beth Gammon.
Yeah, good start again there.
Dead ball. We'll have another go. So Walker continuing to the left-hander of Griffiths. She comes down the track. That's a fantastic shot. Drilled straight back over the bowler's head. 4 runs all the way. Absolutely brilliant shape there from Griffiths. Fantastic lofted drive straight back over, just right in the slot.
Yeah,
not a lot anyone could do about that.
Great option there. Boundaries are a bit shorter straight, so it's a good area to hit.
Yeah, nice little shimmy. And then straight back over. So Griffiths showing her intent here today. 12 from 17. Pushes her back slightly. Went for an LBW.
Good response from Poppy Walker there.
Yeah, great follow-up.
Just see Griffiths is getting frustrated in between each ball.
Yeah, that works well in Glamorgan's favour if you know you're getting under the skin slightly. She's just got to keep that ball on the money. Slightly leggish, and that's up it. It's going to go all the way. Is it going to carry? Oh, it's a diving effort. Diving effort there. But unfortunately just didn't quite carry.
Yeah, I think Worcester should have probably run 2 there.
Yeah, I think that's Gemma Porter there. I think it was kind of hung in the air a bit and didn't know whether to come forward. I thought it was going to carry all the way, but it just seems to hang in the air. I just sort of stopped. See there, she stopped and thought, is it coming all the way? But good efforts, but could have been another one for Glamorgan. So the chances are certainly coming about, and Griffiths is taking a few of those chances here today. So just a fielding adjustment, just bringing mid-on up back into the circle. So we've got deep backward square out and deep mid. Again, just pushing her back onto the back foot. So good bowling here from Poppy Walker. 5 from the over so far, 1 ball left to come.
Yeah, there's a lot of dots for Worcester at the moment.
You can't really afford too many of those in a T20 fixture. That's just cut away just in front of point. But fielded. And that's the end of the over. So Worcestershire Rapids 34 for 1 off 7 overs. So Glamorgan really commanding this at the moment. They're looking to obviously keep Worcestershire Rapids' score restricted, but they have got some good batters to come for Worcestershire. So Gwen Davis, a former Wales player, also a left-hander, had a rapid score last week in the 40s off 21 balls, so we know that she can bat. And yeah, they bat quite a way down, Worcester. So Sarah Phillips comes on to bowl. So spin from both ends now. So Sarah Phillips bowling from the pavilion end. Right arm. Great first ball.
Yeah, she took 3 wickets on Friday, so she'll have a lot of confidence going into this game.
Yeah. It's good energy from Glamorgan that you can hopefully just hear slightly over the microphone. Again, drilled down the ground. Straight to Parfit. No run.
Yeah, it looks like Glamorgan are still trying to squeeze here as much as they can.
I think why not? I think it's putting the pressure on Worcestershire to then take the chances, and that's lofted over. That will carry all the way. It's plugged slightly, but that's 4 runs. So from Windy there, just opening up the shoulders, slightly across the line, but the result is 4 in the book, so she got a hold of it very well. So again, trying to push that field back a bit slightly, probably. She does bring around a fielding change, so deep extra comes back up into the ring, and deep mid on now, long on. It's in position following that shot. Oh, it's dug in short, and that's whipped off the legs, but is it going to carry all the way? Oh, it's a drop catch. Deep backward square. Parried it.
Oh dear. That's another drop catch for Glamorgan.
So yeah, unfortunately it's carried again all the way. I think is that Katie Cobb out there? But yeah, it was all the way in. She did all the work, but just didn't quite.
I think that's Lambert.
Lambert, is it? Oh, it says shout for LBW, but no, probably drifting down. Maybe a bit too high. But this is a couple of drop catches here from Glamorgan, which is very unusual for them. They're always very efficient and tight in the field and do take the catches. So that will be disappointing from the coaching point of view. It's a couple of opportunities have gone down, 3 so far, and we're only in the first 10 overs of the game. Well, they look for a quick single, but there's a mix-up here, and she's going to be run out, and she's gone. She's absolutely gone. That's brilliant fielding there from, no doubt, Beth Gammon, but that was a silly mix-up from Worcestershire Rapids. Griffiths was unmoved, and unfortunately, Windy has to go. She was looking for the quick single, but Griffiths, who has been backing up very well, did not want that single, and unfortunately Windy, it was halfway down the track, and yeah, she knew she was way out, unfortunately. So that is a run out.
I think that just demonstrates the pressure from Glamorgan in the field, that scoreboard pressure. Glamorgan will be happy with that after following the drop catch.
Yeah, definitely. It's come quickly after that, so well known to probably a number of the Glamorgan squad is Gwen Davis, a former Wales player here. Has come through all the age groups. You must have played alongside Gwen.
Yes, I did. Played lots of games with Gwen. Great, consistent batter. Hopefully she hasn't lost her accent.
Yeah, she's on the back of, like I say, a rapid 40 plus against Sussex off 21 balls. She's got a fantastic strike rate and really does hit through the ball well and looks to find those gaps. So certainly need to be aware, Glamorgan.
Yeah, I think she's got an important role to play here now. We're 8 overs in. She'll really be looking to try and push on now for Worcester.
Yeah, so continuing with Walker at the River Taff end. Oh, it's slightly uppish down to mid again. Parfitt standing on the other side, which is unusual, but they've dropped because of the left-handers. She is still in that position. It's like a bit of movement in the air as well from Walker there, I think. So Griffiths getting very frustrated here. I'm sure the people on the bench won't want to see this. She needs to just take a breath. Back in the zone. But from a Glamorgan point of view, they'll be wanting to turn the screw here and put that pressure all on Griffiths to make the mistake. Again, probably a leg by, quick single taken.
Yep, good run in there from Gwennon.
Yeah, called it early, running to the danger end. Obviously extremely quick between the wickets. Comfortably made it. So again, we've got 2 left-handers on now for Worcestershire Rapids. That makes things slightly easier from a fielding point of view in terms of changing each end.
Yeah, I think Gwennon's also got a job here to try and work with Griffiths. Griffiths is obviously getting a little bit frustrated with her strike rate, but still plenty of time.
That's the thing. There is plenty of time. Does a reverse. It's uppish and it's taken! Oh, first ball catch! And that, oh, blimey. She will not be happy with that at all. But from a Glamorgan's point of view, absolutely fantastic to be seeing Gwen Davis go back to the dugout. She did a reverse sweep, not realising that the player was sat straight there.
Is that commentator's curse? Talking about the important role that she's got there? That's a great catch from Cobb.
Yeah, catch taken there from Cobb. So she went for the reverse and just didn't get hold of it, so it just looped straight up. And Cobb was straight onto it.
Well, not Cobb, sorry, Charlotte Lambert.
Charlotte Lambert, is it?
Redeems herself from the drop catch
earlier.
earlier.
No number, so yeah. Just look at it, just didn't get hold of it. It came off the top of the bat.
No, interesting shot when you've got a fielder right there in that slot waiting.
Interesting shot, first ball to face. But Glamorgan on the up. Worcestershire Rapids 41 for 3. So brings to the crease Ebony Jane Tweets. Right-hander. So Walker still with 2 balls to come. So 2 dots, 1 leg by and a wicket so far. Again, just cut through. But didn't really know much about that, but like I say, getting a good bit of turn here. Or certainly putting the question to the batter. So 1 ball left in the over. So getting a good amount of revs from Walker. They're just practicing it before coming in. So it gets that drift, that will go down the leg side and it is a wide. She gets drift as well as turn, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's really drifted.
Yeah. Almost a swing ball.
Yeah.
Just cut through, single taken. So brings the end of the over. So 9 overs gone. Worcestershire Rapids 43 for 3.
Yeah, much better from Glamorgan there. After a few drop catches, they probably feel like they're back on top now. Worcester will be feeling the pressure a little bit now.
Very warm day in the sun here at Sophia Gardens. Slight breeze, so not the temperatures we've had recently, but they are warming up again next week and certainly into the finals day next weekend. It's going to be pretty toasty. So Phillips continuing from Cathedral End. Oh, it's brilliantly bowled! Absolutely fantastic. She's bowled her, so Tweets goes. Glamorgan making light work of this Worcestershire Rapids attack at the moment. I was just going to say what a brilliant first ball it was, and it just knocked through. Absolutely brilliant ball, straight under the bat. Nothing Tweets could do about that. Sort of played all around it. And Phillips picks up her first wicket of the day.
Yeah, that's a great ball from Sarah Phillips. Really good line and length there. Just looked like Tweets has gone to try and play that on the leg side rather than respecting the ball that it is and playing straight.
Really, it's really looped up. It sort of hangs in the air, but she was playing well across the line, and unfortunately that means she's back into the dugout. So brings Lucy Harris to the crease with a lot to do. So right-hander. So wicket, we've had a number of first ball wickets from Glamorgan. So Phillips still with 5 goes at Harris in this over. So Glamorgan very much, good volume from the Glamorgan side as you'd expect. 4 wickets down for Worcestershire Rapids. They need to stabilise their innings a bit and try and build a partnership, which they haven't managed to do yet in this game. Oh, Inside edge didn't quite carry on, but Sturge was letting that ball run just in case. It nicked back onto the stumps, but it didn't. So great awareness from Megan Sturge from behind the stumps. As Phillips comes in again. Slightly dragged down the leg, but Harris didn't get that one away. So lucky to not probably be given a wide.
Yeah, it's important here now, these middle order batters just try and take a bit of responsibility. Still time in the game, so not let the pressure get to them too much.
Yeah, it's a partnership that they're lacking. They haven't managed to get any pairings going.
No, when Griffiths is getting frustrated at the other end as well.
Yeah, she needs to stay there. 13 from 22 for Griffiths. Harris yet to get off the strike. This looking potentially to be a wicket maiden. Quite rare in T20. So Phillips and the scorers. The scorers like to do a big wicket maiden in the scorebook. She comes in for the last ball of the over. And that's drilled down the ground. They think about a quick single, but haven't taken it. And that's a wicket maiden for Sarah Phillips. So great bowling. So in the last game, she was 3 for 24 off her 4 overs. So absolutely has the potential there. That was against Middlesex on Friday, where Glamorgan scored 185 for 4 off their 20 overs, and Middlesex were all out for 107.
Yeah, that's really good from Sarah Phillips at a crucial point in the game. Just keep squeezing Worcestershire Rapids.
So Cobb back on at the River Taff end. So 1 for 8 off her 2 overs so far. Just making a quick fielding change. So again, we've got for the left-hander 2 sweepers leg side, log on and mid wicket. And that's it's a shout for LBW. Megan, like me, was looking left for the umpire. It's square, but she's standing the other side because it's left-handed. That was a great take from behind the stumps, but she did just about get her foot back down, but very quick hands from Megan Sturge as Katie Cobb comes into bowl again. Played back. Opportunity potentially for caught and bowled. Always tricky, but it was running away from her left hand. She just finished her bowling action. Always difficult to take those.
Yeah, and it's just being chipped up again slightly as well. Quite a few balls just hanging in the air slightly.
Katie Cobb dropped a bit shorter. Shout for LB, but I think it was drifting probably down the leg side. But a leg bite taken.
Can just sense that energy from Glamorgan again, can't you?
Definitely, and why wouldn't they be? They're absolutely bossing this game at the moment. So Worcestershire is still not at 15. That's uppish, but it's over. Lovely. Again, we've seen that from Griffiths already here today, but an absolutely brilliantly lofted drive. Over mid-off, 1 bounce 4.
Yeah, she used her feet well then. She looked a bit more confident in that shot than the one she tried before when she was just shuffling down slightly. She gets into a good position, then it's gone.
Yeah, certainly more than capable as Griffiths, 18 off 25. So if she can just stick with it, Worcestershire Rapids certainly need her to make a total here today. Going across the line, pulled. But there is field. They look for 2. Yes, there was a misfield out in the deep, so they've scampered through for 2. Slightly frustrating, probably from a Glamorgan point of view.
I think there are a lot of 2s out there today. It's quite a wide field boundary, so definitely opportunities for 2s.
Let's just cut through. And a single taker, which does then mean Griffiths is back on strike. So 8 from that, 9 from that over. Does take Worcestershire Rapids to 52 off 10 overs, so going at a run rate of just under 5. So we've got supporters in for Good set of bucket hats there. Jazzy design. Must be...
Yeah, where do I get one of those from?
Yeah. Bucket hat is the choice of summer. So yeah, good to see the crowd filtering in for this double header here today, where Glamorgan men take on Worcestershire Rapids at 3:30 this afternoon. But we are obviously sticking with this game first. Phillips continuing, set into a third over. 1 for 6 off 2. So to the left-hander of Griffiths, who's again tracking down the wicket. Oh, it's a misfield. So a single taken to Griffiths, who's 22 off 28 balls. Harris yet to get off the mark, face 6. It's all spin at the moment, so no pace on.
No, I think spin works for Glamorgan. They've got a lot of spin in their team, and especially here at their home pitch. It's something that definitely works for them.
Just bringing Gammon back into that inner ring position. One of the quickest ground fielders you'll find in this league.
Yeah, you can see Glamorgan just really squeezing, coming quite a bit tighter in on their inner field.
And yeah, definitely want to try and keep Griffiths off the strike. And like I say, Harris yet to score. So she's got to move the feet, which she does. It's now off the mark. But then that puts all that pressure back on Worcester.
Yeah, I think Worcester will be looking now to try and build on this partnership now. They need a solid partnership between these two. Take that pressure off for the last few overs.
Definitely. Get down the ground, but deep mid is down there. It's Daisy Jeans. So again, it's that left-right batting combination. Frustrating if they're just taking singles. It does require fielding change each time as Phillips comes in, drilled down the ground, but mid is now up for that shot. So Harris unable to capitalise on that, but good foot movement, showing her intent, certainly, in terms of getting forward to the ball, not being pushed back, and trying to just take a bit more of a commanding presence against Phillips. Again, dot ball. Again, a lot of dot balls here today for Glamorgan, which is good. Brings the end of the over. So Worcestershire Rapids, 55 for 4 off 12 overs. So only 8 overs remaining. What would Worcestershire Rapids be looking to try and at least get to here today, Charlotte?
I think they need to be scoring at least 120. Ideally, when they went out today, they probably were looking for 150 plus. But looking at the run rate now, I think that's quite a big ask at this point in time.
Yeah, like I said, it's all about just trying to build a bit of a partnership, which Griffiths hasn't had any, so she's been here since the start. So obviously hoping that Harris can hang around with her for a bit to try and push this partnership forward. So Poppy Walker back on from River Tough End, 1 from 8 off her first 2 overs. That's launched into the air. There's a fielder there, but she's come forward too quickly. Oh, and it's parried over. I think it's a 4, but she came forward.
Yeah, she's just misjudged that slightly, gone over her head and bounced before the boundary.
That is certainly a chance, without a doubt. I think it's just been hard to judge, I feel. So if she'd stayed where she was, that would have been straight down the throat. But she came forward, then had to backpedal, and then got her hands on it. But it is gone for a 4.
Much needed 4 for Worcestershire.
So Poppy Walker is creating the chances. They've put it down as a 6, but it was definitely a 4 because it bounced before it went over the boundary. So it's a 4. The crowd are telling everyone it's a 4.
I think they're going to change that.
Yeah, as the replay. So yeah, she came forward. If you see here, she came forward and then she had to backpedal, and it was always going over her head. So split through the hands slightly, and then. Yeah, unfortunately, another chance has gone begging there for Glamorgan. Obviously be looking to get Griffiths back in the dugout where possible. Again, it's played leg side. Fielder out there.
Yes, Fire Gardens, it is a place where I know we have struggled in the past, last season as well, when it goes in the air to just try and judge it, especially it's quite white in the sky right now.
Yeah, always difficult. So Walker comes into ball again, tries a reverse as a quick hands there from Megan Sturge from behind the stumps, asking the umpire, but Harris was back in her crease. So she goes to the reverse. Yeah, well back in, but quick hands from Megan, which is good. Just cut through in front of point for a single, so 6 so far from the over. It was B. Ellis, unfortunately put that one down in the deep. So you certainly need to be aware, because I think Griffiths is certainly looking to target that area, so certainly need to be aware. And she's launched it down the ground. Half it is there, but it doesn't carry. She was back on the rope for the other one, so just a single. But you can see frustration for Griffiths. She just needs to calm slightly. She's 29 off 32, which you'd be happy with that. So I know she's looking to increase the run rate as possible, but I think the key thing for her is to stay. Oh, it's another mix-up. It's a run-out. Oh, dear, and that's Harris gone. That's another run-out where Griffiths is probably watching the ball. Harris did call it, and it was her call. And Griffiths was unmoved. So, unfortunately, Harris had to go back, and she's making her way back to the dugout.
Yeah, Griffiths was backing up a lot at the start, but didn't want to go on that one.
I think this shows that if you're ball watching, which I think on the replay Griffiths was doing, and it wasn't her call, so she's watching the ball, but Harris was already halfway down. So yeah, it's another run out.
Zach Gammon again. I think that's what's been really strong from Glamorgan, is that inner ring, that inner circle. Really tight in there, trying to restrict as much as they can, and as you can see, it's putting the pressure on the batters and getting rewarded.
Yeah, I think Griffiths again, she should have just trusted, heard the call and gone, and it probably would have been okay, but in doing so, brought about that run out. So Worcestershire Rapids, 62 for 5 off 13 overs, brings Claire Boycott to the crease.
Bringing pace back on as well.
Yeah, pace back into the attack. So Charlotte Lambert. So Griffiths on strike, so left hand, bat, as Phillips comes into bowl from the Cathedral end. And it's drilled back over her head, but doesn't carry. Will be a single. Into Jeans, so brings Boycott on strike to face her first ball of this innings, where, like I say, Worcestershire Rapids are struggling, 63 for 5, with only 6.5 overs remaining.
Yeah, we keep saying it just needs somebody to stay there with Griffiths, support her and try and build some sort of partnership in these last few overs.
Yeah, much for them to do. The strength in Glamorgan's batting, Worcestershire need to at least get to 100 first, and then, like I say, hopefully push on to up to the 120. Slightly down the leg, but came off the pad. So a leg by. Slightly frustrating for Glamorgan to keep chopping and changing, but Phillips just needs to find her line again here. Griffiths needs to play her innings and not get too frustrated, which is starting to creep in a bit for her. It's drilled down the ground to Parfit. Oh, doesn't quite carry. Thought she was in there. So Lauren Parfit is on the markers there, and it just dropped short, but was again uppish.
There is a lot of that today. Wondering whether Glamorgan should take a few steps in, try and go for that catch instead.
Yeah, just slightly misjudging how quickly it's coming on to play those slightly upper shots. Again, a slower ball there, well played, and they've taken a quick single. Oh, but I think that was obviously Beth Gammon, as it always is in there. Diving and throwing all in one go. So Boycott yet to score, and only facing one ball as Phillips comes into bowl. Dug in short, and that's pulled off the hips nicely down to deep backward square, and well fielded for a single.
Yeah, good from Gemma Porter there, restricting that too. Glamorgan will be happy with them just taking the ones here, just saving those boundaries.
Last ball of this over. It's played in front of the pads by Griffiths, slightly offish, but again safe for one. Brings her back on strike for the 15th over. So Worcestershire Rapids 67 for 5 off 14 overs, run rate 4.79. So only 6 overs remaining. They want to be looking to get at least 45 to 50 runs. But I think they might be struggling with that.
They don't want anything less than a runner ball.
Yeah, at the current rate, they'd only get 25 to 30. So Griffiths, who clearly is a great striker of the ball, is probably the one that needs to go. But also, she has been here since the start of the innings, so probably needs to try and carry her back where possible. Just play each ball on merit. So she's currently 32 off 36, so going well.
Yeah, she uses her feet well, so now it's spin back on, she should be looking to keep moving her feet, create those opportunities for herself.
Yep, Poppy Walker, last over for her, so 1 for 15 off her 3. Probably looking to pick up another wicket. So she gets good drift and a bit of swing, and it's uppish but doesn't quite carry. But yeah, there's definitely chances here. It's just not judging the pace. It's either the pace off the pitch or the pace out of the hand. But they're playing through it a bit too early, Worcestershire Rapids. That's for slightly uppish all the time. Again, another dot ball. Be interested to see how many dot balls so far. Because that probably is going to make the difference. And she moves her feet nicely, and she's played that brilliantly into the gap behind deep backward square. So yeah, great shot there from Griffiths. Just steps right across the stumps, but played it really well, just created all that room, and then a lovely sweep shot.
Yeah, she does that really well. Really using the crease well, using her feet well. Just needs to keep playing to her strengths. Releases a little bit of pressure as well for the rest of the over.
So Walker comes in. Again, she just plays across the stumps. Doesn't capitalise on that one.
No, it was a bit wider, that one.
Yeah, I think that's the zone she's obviously looking to target. But it is a risky shot because Walker is getting some good drift and movement off the ball here. So movement through the air, which is difficult to judge, and then off the seam as well. As she comes down, and that's a great stumping. That's a brilliant quick hand. So Griffiths was trying to push on, but to no avail. So well out of her crease there, playing a miss, and Megan Sturge, fantastic all day today behind the stumps. Very quick hands, simple take for her, and stumping, which sees Griffiths off 36 off 41 balls. So good from Griffiths, a bit of a platform for Worcestershire Rapids, but was unable to build a partnership with anyone. So if you just see here, it's just a bit of swing drafted and yeah, well out, never going to get back. And a simple take from Megan Surge and another wicket for Walker. So yeah, lovely take, quick hands, nowhere in frame.
Yeah, looked like she wanted that one to go for 6.
Yeah. So Worcestershire Rapids now struggling 71 for 6. And brings Meg Bishop to the crease. Right-hander. So 2 right-handers now at the crease. So both only just at the crease as well. So Boycott have only faced 2 balls and scored 1. And Bishop's obviously facing a first ball now. So from a Glamorgan point of view, this is playing brilliantly into their game plan. As Walker comes in. And she'll be looking to finish that over well, and she does with a dot ball. So brilliant bowling from Walker, who finished off her 4 overs, 2 for... It's gone off screen quite quickly, but...
Yeah, really good from Poppy Walker. I think Glamorgan now got a lot of confidence going into these last few overs. 2 new batters at the crease.
Yeah, definitely. They'll be looking to probably skittle them all out if they can. And it does look possible.
Yeah, you can see now why they put Worcestershire Rapids into bat first.
Yeah, so Poppy Walker, 2 for 19 off her 4 overs. So Lambert continuing for her last over, none for 10. As Lambert comes in. It's pitched up, it's gone up-ish, but it's not going to carry. Bounces perfectly there for Jeans to take as it hit the other wicket, so very up-ish. But yeah, that was in the air, but a single taken. So brings Bishop on strike. Yet to score.
I think that's what these 2 batters need to do now, just keep rotating that strike.
Lambert comes in, dug in again a bit short. It's played between backward point and it's going to race away. It is quick. That will probably race away. Or are they going to stop it? No. 4 runs. Great efforts.
I think that's the difference with pace on this pitch. Just get something on it and it flies off.
Yeah, great diving effort.
Well played.
Is that Walker? Yeah. Just already crossed the line, but still put in the dive. So much needed for Worcestershire. Again, dug in a bit short and wide, but not given a wide. So Lambert just needs to find her line and a length again a bit here. Try and claw this over back.
Yeah, she's just putting it in a little short at the moment.
So Lambert 3 left from her final over. Dug in short, it's again uppish, pulled away, but the sweepers are out too far. So it's single taken.
She could be looking to try and get that catch, that's why she's putting it in short.
Yeah.
But it's just not quite going to carry that far out. But this is a bit better for Worcestershire.
Yeah, certainly 6 from it so far, just creeping that run rate up. Oh, it's yeah.
Variation.
Variation, yeah. So sort of wide Yorker more than anything. But a top ball, so got away with it, which is good. So final ball for Lambert as she comes in. It's right on the money, and that's just worked off the hips. They look for 2. Yeah, they know they need to get 2, so well run in the end. Good run in between Bishop and Boycott. So brings the end of her overs and takes Worcestershire Rapids on to 79 for 6 off 16. So 4 overs to go. So Lambert was, I think, 18 runs off her 4 overs. But it's the dot balls that...
Yeah, they want as fewer dot balls as now as possible. But much better intent from these two in that over. They'll be looking to try and attack Cobb here now as well.
Yeah. So Katie Cobb's last over, 0 for 23 off her 3 as she continues at the River Taff end. That left arm. Yeah, very tall bowler, isn't she?
Yeah, she really brings it into you, crumps you up.
Yeah.
Good 2 dot balls for the start of this over.
And another.
Busy field and position that is today, mid-wicket.
Just given as a wide. That's unfortunate because she's been bowling tightly there.
Yeah, she bowls that line middle and leg, but if she just goes slightly too far, she risks that wide.
Oh, there's again a mix-up. Unusual misfield from Beth Gammon. She was probably thinking, which end do I need to throw it to? And by the time she decided that, unfortunately, it had gone.
It's good running, though. It's the kind of pressure they need to be putting back on Glamorgan.
Just trying to find out how many dot balls there's been, but I can't quite get the stats I need. But I think it's at least 50 dot balls. Which could certainly make the difference in the score that Worcestershire Rapids have wanted to get to. That's worked just off the hips, but again, a dot ball.
Yeah, really good
Brings
over
the end
again.
of the over, yeah. So Cobb finishes for 9 for 26 off her 4 overs. So Worcestershire Rapids, 82 for 6, 3 overs remaining. They certainly want to get to 100.
Yeah, they've just really struggled to get going. Everyone who's come in, apart from Griffiths really, but even her, she's had some difficulty getting frustrated. Just haven't been able to keep that scoreboard ticking.
So back into the attack. I think it's
Gemma Porter.
It is Gemma Porter, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 for 4 off her 2 overs. So she'll be bowling out at this end. Again, good straight ball to start with. So coming around the wicket to the right-handers.
Yeah, there's been, in the last 2 overs now, everything going to Gammon there in quite a straight mid-wicket.
Yeah. Again, just pulled just in front of square. Single, which Glamorgan won't mind at all. That run rate yet to get above 5. It's been around the 4.6 to 4.8 for the majority of the innings for Worcestershire Rapids. Down the ground, it's uppish, but it's not going to carry, so it just drops short of Daisy Jeans, who's the boundary rinder. Keep long on.
Yeah, using the feet again, but just not quite getting hold of it.
This Porter comes in, just slightly wide. Nicely worked through the sort of slip area. Chases on there, look for 2 here, but yeah, that was certainly well calculated by Boycott. If you can't hit the 4s, certainly just try and score off every single ball. So good, much needed 2 runs, 4 so far from the over. Brings about a change. So Gammon into that area. So just trying to block that off now so that Boycott has to play in front. no sort of cover in, and she does, but it's a full toss on the legs, but just behind backward square for a single.
Yeah, I think Glamorgan don't mind them hitting into that leg side. They've got that covered, but anything behind the bat towards third could race away for four.
Yeah, just bringing Beth Gammon back out of deep gully back into the covers. Again, exactly for that reason. Quick single taken though. Yeah, just drop and go there. So 6 from the over. So Worcestershire Rapids 88 for 6 off 18 overs. 2 overs remaining.
Yeah, Glamorgan have done really well again. The bowlers bowl such good tight lines, and they've got their plans and they're executing them really well. And they've just restricted Worcestershire really, really well here. They'll still be disappointed with those drop catches early on, but the run-out opportunities they took.
Yeah, those drop catches were for Griffiths, who is the highest scorer here today for Worcestershire. Sarah Phillips back into the attack. Her last over for her from the River Taff end. So 1 for 9 off her 3 overs. We'll certainly be looking to pick up at least another wicket if she can in this over. Just dropped short. That's pulled away, but deep mid is there. So single taken. Glamorgan won't mind that at all. So 11 runs shy of 100 for Worcestershire Rapids, and just psychologically, when you get over that 100 mark, it just makes you feel a bit better about this total you've then got to defend.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Certainly be looking to push past the 100 where they can. Tried a little work it through slip, but Sturge takes brilliantly. So again, another dot ball.
I think that's a good option though. There's nobody there, which they are now just moving the field to protect that.
Fairly sure that Beth Gammon's probably steps is 10,000 more than everybody else, as she seems to be the one running from one end to the other. But she is the best fielder, so you want her in those prominent positions. That's basically just where she's come from. So she's just worked down mid on, and Beth Gammon goes back into that gap.
Yeah, Glamorgan will be happy with those ones here. They won't mind that at all.
Yeah, it's not going to trouble them much at the moment. So, oh, drilled back. Yeah, that's going to sting. You don't often have a chance to adjust as you finished in your action through your bowling, but that was drilled straight back at her. But will go down, unfortunately, as a drop. Probably should have been taken. As Phillips comes in, she drills it again. That's straight back over. That's 4 runs, much needed 4. So Bishop playing the shot she probably wanted to play the ball before, but just lofted it more.
That's when those drop catches become costly.
Yeah, so she wanted to play that shot, so just nicely back over the bowler's head for 4 runs. So last ball of Phillips, 6 from the over so far. Off the knee of Gammon, so they take 2, so it's a sliding stop but nudged off the knee. So Phillips ends 1 for 17 off her 4 overs. So last over, Worcestershire Rapids 96 for 6, 1 over remaining. The run rate is now over 5.05, 1 over remaining, and it will be Porter from the Cathedral end. It's currently 1 for 10 off her 3 overs. So key thing here for Worcestershire Rapids is to score as many as possible, stating the obvious, but obviously there are plenty of gaps opening out now, but they will be looking for boundaries rather than just singles or twos, and opposite obviously for Glamorgan, looking to reduce the number of runs that Worcestershire Rapids can score off this last over as Porter comes into bowl and it's down the track. But the sweeper is out there and they're looking for 2, but just 1 taken.
Yeah, it's really good fielding. You've got to release that ball as quick as you can. Make the batter doubt that they can get that second run in. I think Worcestershire, like you said, will be really looking to get over that 100 mark.
I certainly think they'll do it, but they might not do it by much. As Porter comes back in, slightly shorter. It's uppish, but it is over the head of Beth Gammon. They ran the first one quickly. They were looking for 2, and they've got to go really. So yeah, well run.
Yeah, they've still got 4 wickets in hand, so you could argue that maybe they should have got going much earlier, and they've still got those wickets left.
Yeah, these two have built a partnership of sorts, certainly up in the 20s, which might be the highest partnership today, to be honest with you. Dot ball, though. Yeah, that one hurt a little bit, I think, but a good dot ball from Porter. Only 3 balls remaining. It's drilled down the ground, but only as far as par fit. They take the single. Yeah, she just gets that back to the bowler. Let them have the one. And 100 up for Worcestershire Rapids in the 19th over. So 2 balls remaining. I mean, you just got to throw the kitchen sink in it, really.
Yeah, very much so.
So she gives it a go. So cut across, but the sweeper fielder is there. They will look for 2, but no, still only just taking a single. So last ball of the over. So Porter 1 for 15 off a 3 on in her 4th over.
I think you've got to be going for 2 now on everything, really, haven't you?
Yes, absolutely. You wouldn't just take a single. So just making some adjustments. Just bringing everyone back in the ring, but 2 sweepers still out on the leg side, but everybody else back up in the ring. That's the last ball. She steps across the stumps and she's launched it into the gap. They've got to look for 2 here. They do. The throw comes in and she's safe. So they do get 2 off the last ball. So Worcestershire Rapids end 103 for 6 off their 20 overs. So Bishop's in boycott. I think they put a partnership together of nearly 30 runs. So that is certainly much needed. So the captain looking to obviously lead from the front there, but Glamorgan be absolutely delighted with that.
Yeah, definitely. I think you told them today that Worcester were only going to score 103. They'd be really happy with that. But it's a game of cricket and they've still got their half to do yet, so they'll be looking to really execute their skills in the batting as well and have a very similar performance as Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of looking at the scorecard here, so you'll see that the scorecard's gone, but we did have the scorecards. There's the scorecard. Yeah, Griffiths there with, pretty good innings. She got frustrated, but, top scorer 36 off 41, but they never got any partnerships going, so there was just the rapid fall of wickets, so they just never got 2 people at the crease long enough, other than Boycott and Bishop there, who put on 32 runs between them. But I think for me it's probably the dot balls that have worked in Glamorgan's favour. So there's the stats there for Glamorgan. So Walker, the pick of the bowlers there, 2 for 19 off her 4. But those run rates all really low, all pretty much below 5, bar Katie Cobb. But again, 0 for 26 off her 4 overs. And then the fall of wickets, so that's the key bit. Like I say, no partnerships getting going. The 2nd, 3rd and 4th going for just 2 or 3 runs. And on innings breaks now before Glamorgan come back out to try and score 103 off their 20 overs to finish this campaign, their last game undefeated before they go into the finals next weekend. So we're going to take a short break and we will be back with you in a few moments. Welcome back, everybody. So the umpires are making their way back out to the middle as Glamorgan look to take on the challenge of scoring 104 off their 20 overs, which is set by Worcestershire Rapids. So scoring 103 for 6 off their 20 overs. So Worcestershire Rapids jogging out into the centre. Lot for them to do today. It is a must-win game for them if they want to even have a slither of a chance to get into the playoff weekend next weekend. So they make their way out to the middle, led by the captain, Claire Boycott. And opening the batting is, of course, Lauren Parfitt. And number 23, Daisy Jeans. Just waiting, just double checking. The shirt numbers aren't quite able to catch them as they come jogging out, but as expected, obviously Lauren Parfitt opening and Daisy Jeans on the back of brilliant innings on Friday, where she scored 86 off 53 balls with a strike rate of 162, and Lauren Parfitt 43 off 29 balls with a strike rate of 148. So Worcestershire Rapids will be well aware of what these two are capable of as they look to try and defend, unfortunately, a low total for them. It's a quick outfield here today at Sophia Gardens. I'm joined by Charlotte Scarborough. Welcome back, Charlotte.
Thank you. Yeah, I think Worcestershire have got a big ask ahead of them now. They've got to really take some early wickets in this power play, while Glamorgan will be looking to do what they did on Friday and attack in this power play with only 2 fielders out. And we know Daisy Jeans is very good at going over the top and hitting some boundaries early on.
Yeah. So Jess Beach, so they're opening with pace. Jess Beach opening from the River Taff end, right arm. Right arm medium. Fast as she comes in, and Daisy Jeans on strike as we face the first ball. So it's slightly lofted out wide, and that's cut beautifully through the covers. There is a sweeper fielder out there, and they've 2 taken off the first ball. So straight off the mark for Glamorgan.
Yeah, I think if anything goes out there, goes out deep and there's a misfield, there's always a chance for 2, which Glamorgan will be looking to take as many runs as they possibly can early on and put the pressure on Worcestershire to start.
Yeah. I'm not sure Worcestershire capitalised too much on the 2s that they could have taken, but they didn't have many wickets to play with, so much better line. Just off the pad down the leg, but well recovered by Liv Goff, who's behind the stumps. She's just taken a moment, not sure if that... Oh no, it's Gwen. Sorry, the scorecard is incorrect. It's Gwen Davies behind the stumps, so former Wales cricketer, so well known to Glamorgan. So we can keep a batter that she is. She is behind the stumps today as Beach comes in to bowl. Again, just cutting that gap, or well fielded there. I think that's Griffiths, the highest run scorer. 2 taken though.
Yeah, that's a good call from Daisy Jeans. I think Lauren thought it had been stopped and no chance for 2 there, but Daisy Jeans on the ball.
Always hard diving on those wickets as well. It hurts. It's like diving on concrete out there. So yeah, I think she felt that one to Griffiths as Porter comes in. Good bit of swing. That swung in nicely. So showing a good bit of pace as well. But early movement for Beach. So an in-swing bowler. Drilled straight back to the bowler, but no run, so dot ball.
Yeah, I think Beach will be happy with that. A few dot balls in this over.
Yeah, I think Worcestershire Rapids know they haven't got much to play with here today, so they have to be really tight in this inner ring. The bowling has to be on the money and make the batters work hard for every ball. So the more dot balls, the better from a Worcestershire Rapids point of view. as Beach comes in for the last ball of her over. It's a bit of a misjudged swing there. So 4 from it. So Glamorgan 4 without loss off the first over. So today is a double header here down at Sapphire Gardens. So we are on the second half of the women's game against Worcestershire Rapids and Glamorgan men, playing at 3:30 this afternoon against Worcestershire Rapids men in the T20 Vitality Blast. So if you are in the area, please do come on down. Tickets available. You'll see some fantastic cricket, starting with the women's game and then obviously finishing with the men's game into the early evening.
Looks like Griffiths is coming on. Took a wicket and bowled a maiden in her last game against Sussex.
So left arm bat and left arm ball. So spin from the cathedral end. And Lauren Parfitt, yet to face a ball, is on strike. That is one of the top. I think she probably is either the top or the second top scorer for Glamorgan this season. So yeah, worked off. They look for 2. Yeah, Jeans is quick between the wickets, a slight misfield as well. So 2 runs taken, but Jeans is very rapid between the wickets there and running to the danger end.
Yeah, straight away you can see that difference in Glamorgan pushing for those 2s.
So just worked off the hips. Sorry, Griffiths' right arm has been bowled, not left arm bat. Single taken.
Just moving the field slightly here. They had it set much straighter for Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, if you know Lauren Parfitt, she's very much a driver of the ball and in the V, very strong in that area. So as Griffiths comes in, so Jean's looking to come down a bit to the track to meet the ball, but a dot ball.
Yeah, I think Glamorgan will stick to their usual game plan of attacking in the power play.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's absolutely launched. There's a fielder there, but no chance of stopping that. 4 runs to Daisy Jeans, showing absolutely all the intent in the attack that we've just talked about. Power plays where Glamorgan made a significant difference, often scoring it 8, 9 and over. So they're not going to change their game plan at all here today, even though it's a low total to chase, which often can make you think slightly differently, but I think their intent is exactly as it's always been, which is great to see. Oh, it's a stumping though, and she's gone. Daisy Jeans is gone. Gwen Davis behind the stumps, really quick. Jeans looking to come out, track that ball, but a play in the miss, and Gwen Davis wasn't going to miss out on that. Quick hands behind the stumps, and takes the key wicket of Daisy Jeans, who is heading back to the dugout, only scoring 8 off 9 balls. So she came down, thought about, just playing it down, and Gwen Davis, absolutely fantastic behind the stumps there, very quick hands.
Yeah, it looks like she got caught between there, not quite sure what shot.
Yeah, she thought about coming down the ground and then thought, no, I'll try and place it through the gully area. And yeah, Daisy Jeans caught in between, given out.
It's a blow for Glamorgan, but they've still got Lauren Parfitt and Megan Sturge in now.
Megan Sturge, so we could keep her in. Megan Sturge makes her way to the crease. I mean, Glamorgan bat a long way down as well. But they wouldn't have fancied an early wicket in the first couple of overs here today, but that's certainly put a spring in the step for Worcestershire Rapids there. Wickets is what they need. As Griffiths comes in for the last ball of her over. Oh, it's a shout for LBW. And she's given her! She's given her LBW. Sturge can't quite believe it. And I'm probably with Megan Sturge at the moment until I see the replay, because that Not sure whether she thought she hit that or it was too high, but she certainly isn't happy about that dismissal. But you do have to go. So given his LBW, I think it's probably height that she thought.
Yeah, I think she thinks that's a little high. That's not what Glamorgan needed.
Definitely not. So out for a golden duck. I think if you think, you know, she's coming from around the wicket, so that's why she was probably absolutely, yeah, she's gobsmacked by that, but she has to go. So it brings stalwart of Beth Gammon to the crease. So Parfitt and Gammon, they really need to take a breath here.
Yeah, they'll have to adapt slightly now from their original plan with the loss of 2 early wickets, but Worcestershire will be very pleased with that performance from Amy Griffiths.
So that did bring the end of the over. So Amy Maund, right on fast from the River Taff end. Lauren Parfitt on strike. And we're going 11 for 2 off 2 overs. That's down the leg side, so that would be given as a wide. But great quick hands from Gwen Davis behind the stumps there. She's standing up. So helmet on, standing up. So great take. And she's blind when you're behind the stumps and it goes leg side. So certainly Parfitt needs to be aware she's standing up to not drift out of her crease as Maund comes into bowl. Good bit of movement, but again, work through Parfitt. It's going to race away for 4. Very quick outfield here today. So slightly effortless shot really from Lauren Parfitt to score 4 runs. Just sat back on it. Just cut that one through the covers.
Yeah, a really good shot from Lauren there. Back foot drive, pierce through the gap. Once it's past that inner ring, like you said, it's a fast outfield here today.
But good movement from Maund, so she'll be trying to work that to her advantage. She plays it in swing into the right-handed bat of Lauren Parfitt.
Yeah, there's a lot of in-swing there, just drifting in slightly.
Ooh, kind of look for 2 easily, yeah. Well run. Slightly off the inside. Edge of Lauren Parfitt's bat, but 2 runs taken.
Yeah, these two just need to build a partnership now and just keep rotating that strike.
There's a lot of years of experience with these two as well, and they need to show that maturity that they have and just work the ball again, looking for 2 here. Beth Gammon's very quick between the wickets, easily get there, as does Lauren Parfitt. So 8 so far from this over, so using the pace well. I think Parfitt likes pace on,
yeah,
more than most, so she prefers pace on.
She's very good at using the pace, just trusting her shots and pushing them towards the boundary.
Trailed straight back to the bowler. Sticks an arm out. So dot ball, still 1 more to come for that wide off the first ball. Just drifting leg side to try to work it off the hips, but the fielder is up there, so that's a dot to end that over. So Glamorgan 20 for 2 off 3 overs, still in the power play, so run rate up over 6. But key thing for Worcester Rapids is they've got 2 wickets down already, so that's crucial for them to stand any chance in this game. So crowds are gathering, which is good to see. Sun is shining, it's Fire Gardens, nice breeze. It is warm, but there is a nice breeze. So if you are around, double header here today with the men and women both taking on Worcestershire Rapids. So the men follows this games at 3:30 this afternoon. So Caitlin Baker-Smith on at the cathedral end. So sticking with pace, right arm.
Yeah, they've got much more pace options than Glamorgan.
Yeah, Beth Gammon yet to face a ball. So this is the first ball for Beth Gammon. Just works off the hips, quick single taken. So looking to rotate that strike as much as possible and just keep the scoreboard ticking over to run this score down. So a target of 104 for Glamorgan to achieve today to maintain their 100% record.
Yeah, it's one of Gammon's strengths, running between the wickets.
As Baker-Smith comes in, yeah, blocked by Parfitt, just watching the first one. It's a little bit of movement, getting a bit of swing. Worcestershire Rapids here today.
I think that's what's nice for Lauren when there's not a big total on the board. You can afford to have a couple of balls where you're just looking at it.
As Baker-Smith comes in, it's lofted, it's over the inner ring. It's not quite going to go though, so they are going to need to run these, but they will run 2. But yeah, safely over the inner ring because obviously the batters aren't out. So the fielders aren't out in the power play. So only 2 fielders allowed out. And again, she's absolutely launched it, but it went high, but not far. Well, almost made it to the boundary, but it was in the air for a long time. I think the fielder thought they might have been in with a chance there, but it's another 2.
Yeah, you can see exactly what Lauren Parfitt's doing, and Worcestershire have just responded to that now, putting long on out and bringing square leg up. But that allows Lauren now to just hit along the ground to long on for that one.
Which is exactly what she does. I mean, there's
like
manipulating the field at its best right in front of us by Lauren Parfitt. Push the fielder back and then take the single.
Played with Lauren for many years.
Yeah.
Know her plan.
Yeah, so 6 from the over so far, 1 ball still remaining. So they are keeping deep long on, still out with Gammon on strike. Slower delivery, yeah. And yeah, dot ball to finish the over. So pushes Glamorgan on to 26 for 2 off 4 overs.
Yeah, good start from Lauren Parfitt there. She will feel a little bit of pressure losing those 2 early wickets, but with her experience, she's got her role to play, and strike rate is still good and above 136. And Gammon will be playing a crucial role here in terms of running between those wickets. Used to love batting with Gammon because we'd run all day long.
Yeah, we're seeing a change of bowler. So Bishop coming from the River Taff end, so bringing spin back in. So Meg Bishop. Right arm. Parfitt on strike, and she's absolutely creamed that one through deep mid-wicket for 4 runs. Takes her up to 20 runs off 13 balls. So just nicely set up, yeah. Wasn't on the stump, so there to be hit. So pulled across, great 4 from the captain, Lauren Parfitt. And when you get a 4 off the first ball, you can relax a little bit as well, can't you? Don't need to take any more risks. But, you know, hits it straight back in the same place, but the fielder comes around for that one. So, thought about 2, but only the single taken to put Beth Gammon on strike.
Yeah, and it's just pushed the run rate up as well to 7 and over. And the required run rate's only 4.6. So Glamorgan are putting themselves in a good position here.
Ooh. Gammon looking to, there's a big gap there, obviously no slips in at all, and there's a backward point, but there's a big gap through that area that she's obviously looking to target. But instead pulls in front, just in front of square. We'll take a single. So 2 sweeper fielders out on the deep, but they bring one up to just backward square for Parfit, and then deep mid wicket out. Everybody else in the ring, and she's hit it exactly where that fielder has just come from for 4 runs. So it's 2 leg sides, and Lauren Parfit's too good. So she just worked that one straight off the hips. The fielder had come up into the inner circle and just sat up nicely. So it was short and wide, and Lauren Parfit wasn't going to miss out on that. Bishop comes in for the last ball of the over, 10 from it so far. And again into that gap, and that's going to go again for 4. Parfit racing away, 29 off 15 balls. So brilliant opening batting from Lauren, even though the loss of those 2 early wickets. Again, too short. She just leant back, pushed that one away nicely into the gap for 4.
Yeah, she's just bowled a little bit short there, Bishop has, and it's just allowed Lauren to free her arms. Sat up nicely for her.
Yeah, so Glamorgan 40 for 2 off 5 overs, 1 over remaining in the power play, so they'll look to again capitalise as much as possible whilst the fielding restrictions are in play. And Baker Smith continuing at the Cathedral end. 0 for 6 off her first over. So again, pace on. Gammon on strike, 2 off 4. It's a wide, and they ran, so it should be given as a wide. Or was it a leg by maybe? Maybe she hit it. She's not singled on anything. I thought that was...
I think she must have hit that.
Must have hit it then.
It's good running from Lauren as well.
Yeah, the run's gone to Gammon, so... As Baker Smith comes in. Just punched. But well fielded on the covers. Much needed dot ball. Parfit 29 off 17. So again, great strike rate to start with. Again, punch down the ground, just for single.
Yeah, they'll be happy to have Lauren Parfit off strike. Just want her to face as few balls as possible.
Not sure if Beth Gammon's the lesser of the 2 evils though when she gets going, let's be honest. But yeah, she's... Parfit's certainly leading the run chase at the moment. It's played into the gap. It's well fielded, but they've taken a very quick single. Griffiths got down well. She might have slightly hurt her knee there or ankle in doing so, but certainly stopped more than one.
Yeah, that's really good running from Glamorgan. Putting the pressure on the field, knowing they can make it if they both agree to go straight away.
Again, punched down the ground by Parfit for no run. Last ball of the power play. Just worked nicely in front of the pads by Parfit to end the over and take the strike. So, end of the power play. Glamorgan 44 for 2 off 6 overs. Parfit going along nicely at 31 off her 20 balls.
Yeah, and just for comparison, Worcestershire were at 28 for 1 at this point. So Glamorgan are very much ahead of that score. I think Lauren Parfit's playing a really good role here. Still attacking despite those early wickets, just to keep Glamorgan in a really good position ahead of the run rate required.
So Griffiths back into the attack. Just punched off the back foot misfield. Yes, they've gone for 2, so well spotted by Beth Gammon there. So turned the 1 into a 2. Gammon running to the danger end. So he's always going to make it because she is rapid between the wickets. So Griffiths coming around the wicket. And that is absolutely launched by Lauren Parfitt. 6 runs all day long. Absolutely amazing shot. Just lent back into that one. That's what she's capable of. A fantastic 6. The first 6 here today at Sophia Gardens. Absolutely threw everything at that into one of the longest parts of the ground. Brilliant shot from Lauren Parfitt. So 8 safe from the first 2 balls. Again, just worked just in front of point. Quick single taken. So certainly not wishing Worcestershire Rapids out of this game, but they are reliant on other games as well across this Vitality Blast T20 League 2, which I will come on to in a second so we can have a little look around the grounds to see who else is playing well. So just cut there, but a dot ball. So I think it's Gloucestershire and Northamptonshire, so they're relying on others. So I'm going to bring Charlotte in a second. We've got 2 balls left for this over. We'll see what the scores on the doors are from around the grounds. And again, that's just cut in front of point. Beth Gammon single taken. 10 so far from this over, 1 ball remaining. So Griffiths 2 for 17 off nearly 2 overs so far. She comes into bowl, just slightly quicker, play and a miss, so a dot ball. So Charlotte, what's going on around the grounds?
Yeah, Gloucestershire women are playing Northamptonshire Steelbacks today. Gloucester scored 144 and Northamptonshire are currently on 41 for 2 off 4.3 overs. So that looks a good game. And then we also have Derbyshire Falcons women against Leicestershire Foxes women today. But I believe that starts at 2:30 this afternoon.
So a later start for that one. So Middlesex have played... Kent have played all their games, so they are currently sitting in second. So they've played all their 8 games. With Glamorgan leading from the front, and then it's Middlesex, Gloucestershire, Worcestershire and Northamptonshire. So all of which are vying for one of the 4 places available in the finals next weekend. Glamorgan already in that, but obviously we'll be looking to finish with a 100% record here today. As Boycott is into the bowling attack, so captain's into the bowling attack. That's pulled away by Gammon. She looks to run the first as quickly as possible, but only 1 taken. So yeah, as much as objective number 1 for Worcestershire Rapids is to win here today, which may not look like they will do it, but never say never in cricket. But then there's certainly all to play for the other teams to get into that final position for next weekend, which is hosted here at Sophia Gardens. So again, quick single.
Yeah, Boycott took 3 wickets in her last game, so she'll be looking to do similar today.
It's very much on the money, each ball, but because Gammon and Parfitt are very much in form, they can just work the singles, and when the bad ball comes, can dispatch that to the boundary. So rotating the strike really well. No, dead ball.
Yeah, there's much fewer dot balls in this innings by Glamorgan, and just rotating the strike just really helps bring that momentum.
brilliantly worked off in front of the pads. It's going to split the field, and it will go for 4. That's the power from Lauren Parfitt there, just literally in front of the pads, flick of the wrists, 4 all the way. Fantastic shot. This shows her strength in being able to drive in all corners of the ground.
Yeah, she really comes to meet that ball, head over the ball. She knows exactly where she wants that to go.
Currently 45 off 26. Oh, it's a big shout for LB, but not given. It's drifting down leg. So she wants to see the, Boycott certainly wants to see the replay of this. But yeah, that was definitely going down leg. She can't believe it, but right decision made. So continuing with Griffiths at the River Taff end, 2 for 17 off her 2 overs. Glamorgan going along nicely at 61 for 2 off their 8. With a run rate of nearly up to 8 runs.
Yeah, Worcestershire should really be looking out to try and take some wickets here.
That's pulled away nicely by Gammon. It's in the gap, but the fielding sweeper will get round, but they'll easily get 2. And they do.
It's really difficult when you've got 2 players in the middle who are on form. And they feel like they're on top, but momentum swings in cricket. Takes a couple of wickets.
I think it's just been too loose from Worcestershire Rapids. It's just enabling those informed players. That's a much better line from Griffiths. Just enables them to keep the run rate ticking over, and then, like you say, those shifts of balance, certainly with Glamorgan at the moment.
Yeah, anything short, anything wide, they're going to capitalise.
Or drilled straight back to, I'm not sure if that was a bump ball or a drop catch. I think it hit the ground first, but she certainly felt it, did Griffiths. Hard to tell from that angle. Again, playing a miss. Again, just trying to push it through this big gap here between the slip and the gully area. There's a backward point, but a huge gap is where Beth Gammon is trying to work that ball. Currently 9 off 15. So just played in front of point for a single. Cut nicely. Certainly a better over from Griffiths than the previous. Only 3 coming from it so far, and 3 dot balls. Parfitt back on strike. Oh, she's quicker ball, but Parfitt was onto that. There will be 2 here. Yeah, Gammon easily runs 2. Oh, it's a misfield. She put the dive in and it's pushed it over the boundary for 4. Should have only been 2. So
Yeah.
slightly quicker ball, but Parfitt then just punched that off the back foot, and as you see the fielder coming around, she gets to it, hits her foot, and then the other foot, and over the line for 4. So it takes Lauren Parfitt to 49.
Yeah, really can't afford to be making those sort of mistakes in the field. Need to try and save every run they possibly can here, Worcestershire.
Yeah, Glamorgan going along brilliantly, 68 for 2 off 9 overs. So change of bowler, they're bringing pace back into the attack. So Beach, who's bowled 1 over so far for 4, is back into the attack at the Cathedral end. So bringing pace back in. Gammon on strike. Using the swing, and that's in that gap, and that will race away, I expect, for 4 through backward point, and it goes all the way for Gammon. It's a fantastic shot.
Yeah, that's really nicely placed down there. No fielders down there, despite the in-swing.
Yeah, just using all the pace there, just working it through that backward point area. She's been trying to do the last few overs.
Yeah, Gammon really likes to hit square of the wicket behind the bat. And they're just adjusting the field now to protect that area.
These two are so experienced, one gap closes, another one will certainly become available to them, so I'm sure you'll find that they work it into the next available gap. But again, just worked for 2, and again, Gammon's so quick through there. It's 2 runs taken Going through backward point area.
Yeah, I really think that's been the difference in the 2 innings. There's the run in between the wickets. Doesn't need to be a boundary every time, but
no, definitely not.
1s and 2s.
They've got a really good understanding. There was obviously a number of run-outs for Worcestershire Rapids. Slightly wider, just cut in front of point, and it will not quite go all the way. Great stop out there. Another 2 runs.
Yeah, Worcestershire just want to make sure Glamorgan are working really hard for every run out here. But they really are in need of some wickets now, with only 28 needed to win.
Yeah. And just slightly wide, able to cut it through just for a single this time. At 9 from the over already, only 2 balls left to come. I feel that Worcestershire Rapids are a little bit flat and resigned potentially to their fate here today and to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not a good position to be in.
So Parfitt on strike. 2 balls remaining. Brought up deep backward square. Dot ball. One more opportunity for Parfitt in this over. Beach comes in, and that's played nicely through backward point gully area for a single. Lauren Parfitt, 50 off 30 balls. Again, captain's innings, 2 very early wickets lost for Glamorgan, but hasn't changed anything about Lauren's approach to batting here today. So fantastic, another 50 for the captain here off 30 balls.
Yeah, that's a brilliant performance from Lauren Parfitt. It just shows her experience and her leadership in the squad. Despite those early wickets, she knew that she still wanted to execute the plan that they set out to from the start, and she's just played that really smartly. She's just given Glamorgan the platform from the off. Still 60 balls remaining, only 26 runs to win.
So change of bowler, Lucy Harris coming in again, staying with pace. There's a lot, like you said, a lot more pace in the Worcestershire Rapids attack than Glamorgan's. So from the River Taff end, so making the adjustments.
Yeah, I wonder if they had more spin available. Maybe showed it worked for Glamorgan. Maybe it could have been a better option.
Drilled down the ground. Oh, it's straight through. Literally not getting any better, unfortunately, for Worcester Rapids. That should have been stopped, and it was drilled by Parfitt, but literally went straight through the legs of the fielder, unfortunately. Yeah, no long barrier there. Good fielding by the spectator. So 4 runs. So yeah, Harris will be slightly frustrated with that, but next ball needs to be bowled. And she's absolutely launched that down the ground. Parfitt is getting on with this. She's got potentially somewhere else to be by the looks of things. She absolutely launches that straight back over the bowler. Just drills it. Brilliant shot.
Yeah, she's got every bit in her right to just put her arms through that and finish this innings.
Yeah, so Glamorgan 86 for 2 with only 18 runs required to win here today.
It's really hard for Worcestershire, but you want them to keep going to the end.
She dug it in short and she's pulled that away, and it will split the pack. It does. The sweepers out there don't have a chance, so that's 4 more runs. So frustration from Harris there, but it was pitched short. and wide, and Lauren Parfitt was not going to miss out. Absolutely nailed that one. 3 straight 4s.
Yeah, the bowling hasn't been as tight for Worcestershire, and anything short is just being punished.
Harris comes in again, pitched it short. It goes sky high though. Who's going to get on it? It's a bit of communication problem yet. Oh, it's in between the two of them. So almost really hard for the bowler to bowl and then get back to that. But Boycott probably should have called. She was in the right position to get it, but there was no communication then who was going to get it, and neither did, unfortunately. And a single was taken to move Parfitt onto 63. That's swatted away by Beth Gammon just in front of square for a single. Again, Harris just digging that into the pitch a bit, but it sat up, but didn't have the pace on it to do much more than she did.
Yeah, you can sense she's just a little bit frustrated and has lost her rhythm a little bit and just putting it in short each time.
So 1 ball left from this over. 14 from it so far. Again, dug in short, pulled by Parfitt into the gap. Sweeper is out there though. A single taken, so Parfitt takes the strike. And Harris 16 off her first over. Glamorgan 93 for 2 with 11 runs to win off 54 balls.
Clinical performance from Glamorgan. Lauren Parfitt and Gammon have built the partnership that Worcestershire were missing in their innings. They didn't really get on and build any partnerships, and it's just demonstrated how crucial those are in T20.
Yeah, there's not a lot that Worcestershire Rapids can do here, unfortunately. Maybe try and pick up another wicket, just try and make it eke out a little bit longer, but with only 11 runs to win, 8 wickets in hand and 54 balls. And Beth Gammon 20 off 21 and Parfitt going fantastically at 64 off 35 and clearly showing her intent to get these last remaining runs quite rapidly. There's not a lot Worcestershire Rapids can do, but Maund into the attack. Oh, so pulled up, so that's a dead ball, so we'll have another go. But sticking with the pace, and pace on is, like I say, what Parfitt does like. Plenty of gaps as well in front of square and down to fine leg. Absolutely brilliantly worked. Paddled over the shoulder for 4 runs, down to fine leg. That shows someone who's absolutely in the form of their season at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it just demonstrates she can play 360 around the pitch, and it's just given her even more confidence to go into the finals day next week.
Yeah, just use the pace, knowing that there's no fielder down there. Brilliant 4 off the first ball. Push slightly wider, cut in front of point. The sweeper is out there and does retrieve it. Only a single taken. So 6 runs required. Feels like Glamorgan might want to do that in this over with 4 balls remaining, but absolutely no rush. Again, nope. Probably a good idea to send her back. Just looking to just nudge it into the gap there.
Not that desperate for runs. Maund is really in swinging it.
Again, drilled straight, and great fielding by the captain, Claire Boycott there, saving certainly a couple of runs. So they're still working hard, Worcestershire. They're doing everything they can, but only 5 more runs required. Just got to keep plugging away. As Maund comes into bowl. And lofted in the swinger, but a dot ball, much needed. 6 so far from this over, 1 ball remaining. This one comes in, it's out wide, but she got the underneath of the bat on it, and they'll certainly try and run 2. And they do. So 2 off the last ball. So
Yeah,
Parfitt
really
moves on to 71. Yep.
Only 3 to win.
Yep, Glamorgan 101 for 2 off 12 overs, 3 runs to win. Beth Gammon on strike, she's currently 21 off 23, but Lauren Parfitt, absolute captain's innings, 71 off 39 balls here today.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with how these two have batted. Could have felt the pressure with those 2 early wickets, but they've just demonstrated their ability to just dig in and build a fantastic partnership.
Yeah, depth and experience in the Glamorgan lineup. So Baker Smith back into the attack. Gammon on strike, and that's cut in front of point for a single. So 2 to win. Would be quite fitting if Lauren Parfitt got those 2 and carried her bat. So they're bringing the field up. Only 2 required. So bringing the field up to the inner ring. Parfitt on strike, 71 off 39 as Baker Smith comes into bowl. And that's just pushed down the ground for a single. Beth Gammon, though, thinking about, she probably could have made it, but maybe it'd be Beth that scores the winning run. So only 1 required by Glamorgan here today in this Vitality T20 League 2 blast. Worcestershire Rapids unfortunately didn't get enough runs on the board. That's absolutely hoiked, for want of a better words. But that brings up the total for Glamorgan. Glamorgan win here today in convincing style. Lauren Parfitt, an absolutely brilliant captain's innings, 72 off 40, not out, carries a bat through. Into the finals day next Sunday here at Sapphire Gardens, where Glamorgan host the finals playoff day, so 4 teams will be competing. Glamorgan are already through to that, so we're just waiting on the other results to see who they will face out of Kent, Northamptonshire and Gloucester and maybe Middlesex. We might have to double check that, but an absolutely outstanding performance here today from Glamorgan, ending just before the 13th over. But I think their bowling performance and unfortunately the quick wickets and no partnerships that Worcestershire Rapids were able to forge meant that it was the downfall, where they only scored 103 here today, which was never going to be enough against this really strong Glamorgan side, Charlotte.
Yeah, I think Glamorgan had a plan today and they really executed that, putting Worcestershire into bat first. They dominated in the bowling and they dominated in the batting as well, so that will give them really good confidence going into next week. Don't think they could have asked better of themselves from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Much applause from the crowd as they all just walk off and shake the hands. The coaching staff, led by Rachel Priest, will be delighted that 100% record in the T20 Vitality Blast for Glamorgan, ending 8 out of 8, which will go a long way for them for next week. So scores on the doors. So unfortunately Daisy Jeans lost her wicket early. Fantastic stumping from Gwen Davies though. Davies from behind the stumps there. Parfitt 72 off her 40. Sturge given LBW first ball by Griffiths, and Beth Gammon coming in and just playing that anchoring role, supporting Lauren Parfitt, scoring 23 off her 25 runs. So scoring off 12.3 overs of 75 balls. In terms of the bowling, unfortunately probably not much here for Worcestershire. So pick of the bowlers was Griffiths, 2 for 24 off her 3 overs, and the others unfortunately unable to break the partnership of Gammon and Parfitt here today. But thank you everybody for joining us here today at Sapphire Gardens. It is the double header, so the game that follows later this afternoon is Glamorgan men v Worcestershire Rapids as they start to prepare the pitch going forward. Just looking at the final stats there, so Glamorgan women winning convincingly by 8 wickets and taking all the momentum into the next weekend in the Vitality T20 Blast. But thank you all for listening in. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
And hope you enjoy the rest of your day and the cricket. Thanks very much, everybody.